Hopefully everybody can hear me. We're live now. Hopefully. Everything's a bit off because, as I mentioned in the title, we're now on Linux. Everything is different now. It doesn't look any different in the game. But this is, except for the flickering, which I don't know why that's happening. Nothing has apparently changed, but everything has changed, because now I'm using Linux, and I had to learn how the hell to do that. So let's quit the game right now. I had to make now the game's crashing on exit, but as we can see, this is Arch Linux. I'm now using Sea Lion as my IDE. It looks a little bit different, and everything feels a little bit different. But I'm getting used to it. I think I have everything set up in the way I like it now. But you know, it's just it's a learning curve. We still got all our same tools. We still got Blender. We still got GIMP. We still got all these things, except we don't have Visual Studio because we're not doing Microsoft stuff anymore. My New Year's resolution. But you know, we're making it work. And today, we're just gonna work on the game. We are using Linux, but it's not gonna hopefully get in the way. I mean, it will get in the way because I've spent my entire lifetime using Windows, and you know, it takes a while to get used to things. But it's the way it goes. You got to roll with the punches, you know. And we're just gonna try to work on Vinny today. I think there was some. I wanted to make him more reactive to. Let's just get the game back on screen so we have some. So we have something to look at. I wanted to make him more reactive to the player. So there's this bit that. Actually, let me get the sword first. Okay, so now let's go talk to Vinny. He's up this hill. So, there's a couple things I want to change. First of all, my input isn't working. Okay. One moment. Well, okay, so that's something that we have to fix. So we have interact/parry is E. And that's not happening. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is debug this input issue. However, we will get to our regularly scheduled programming shortly. One moment. So, what do we gotta do? We gotta figure out why our inputs are not being, captured. Or whatever. Why things aren't working. Hey, Grubby! Welcome. So for some reason, this is probably to do with the SDL3 conversion that I did. So, okay, also, a bunch of things had to change for me to use Linux. I don't know what that flickering is. I don't know if you guys see it or if I'm just seeing it in OBS. But anyway. SDL3 had to be... Actually, maybe if I do window mode. Can I? Okay, that's not ideal, but hopefully that works. No, we're still getting it. You see the flickering. In windowed mode, I'm wondering if it's not happening. I don't think it's happening in windowed mode, so we're just gonna stay in windowed mode for now. And then after stream, I'll figure out what the hell's going on. But this is fine, because for some reason, we're trying to hit talk, but nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. So, and I hope my audio is coming through there as well. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I hope my audio is coming through because I had some audio issues earlier. Hola! Welcome to the stream. Linux is treating me about as well as can be expected. It's... Hey, Kaio! Welcome! Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we switched to Linux and we're having issues, and for some reason our talk button isn't working. So we're gonna go into CLion, which is my IDE now, and we're gonna go into input.cpp and see what is wrong here. So, interact. So, I'm gonna put a breakpoint in the key. Sorry. Map key, map button. Event key down. So, I'm sorry, I'm just, process keyboard input. That is the function we want to put. I'm gonna put breakpoint right here, and we're gonna see what happens. So, E, we go break into here, and what is our key event? You can't look at the, geez, because okay, so, second, interact. Okay, so we got interact. Now, let's, does it actually go into the key buffer? Let's F11. Okay. It's in the buffer. So now let's go to character.cpp and see if we're actually getting the input go to the character. So we can go interact. Cool. So put a breakpoint here. What's happening? We need to. Okay, so we are getting that. Now, step into here. Oh, wait. 1 second. Oh. No, that's not what I wanted to. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's try that again. So we're gonna try to talk to Vinny again, and we got a breakpoint there. We're gonna zoom and see. Okay, so why is this not interacting with him? Oh wait, no, oopsies. Still getting used to CLion here, but no, it's not a cooking fire. We should be getting script action. So okay, we trigger the script action. We're triggering the script action. Did this appear with anyone running on the Steam Deck? It feels like a very spooky issue. It's not because of... okay, so it's probably because I botched things while I was fixing other things when I was moving things to Linux. So, the Steam Deck is running the Windows version of the game. So it's the same code, right? But for various reasons, I had to do different things. And I'm actually thinking that this issue has to do with AngelScript. So, I think it's because I also ported to CMake. So there were a lot of things that changed, to get Linux working. But it still works on Windows. I just want to point that out. But so let's step into the trigger function. Compiled script, load the script. Okay, cool. Everything's working fine here. Okay. Now, This is just the localization logic. I can step out of this, I think. Okay, now step into run. Okay, wait. We gotta get back into scripting. Trigger. That's what we want to take a look at. Run. Okay, so we want to be in here. Did the script actually load? Whoopsies. Sorry, my mouse stopped working for a moment. Okay, so run. Function name. What name is it? Update. Okay, cool. Oh Lord, a lot of changes back to back. Godspeed. Yeah, it is kind of rough. A lot of things need to change. That's just how it works when you gotta move stuff around. But it's okay. We will figure this one out. Okay, so no, not that button. The script has not successfully compiled. Okay. That's interesting. But we didn't... Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to exit the game real quick. And we get a crash on exit because... I don't know, SDL3. We're working on it. So I need to go into my game settings, which are... ASO... No, it's in Jake. Local... Share? Yes. Okay. Settings.cfg. And... Whoopsies. So debug mode is true, but I want to turn on... No, wait, maybe that's... Anyway, let's... I'm supposed to be seeing some, probably because I'm still on X11. You were once again, you were running the Windows version of the game. So that's probably why it was fine. This is the native Linux version. So you were running the Windows exe under Proton. And so that had all the same code that we knew was working, right? This is a new version of the game that nobody has tried yet other than me and Decker. Although I don't even know if he got it to compile. Where's the... Oh, I know. I need to change verbosity. Yeah, where's the... There is a verbosity. I'm going to change it to 3. Okay. It's a word I like a lot. Verbosity. Anyway, oh, I forgot. We have soda today. Why make the native Linux support? Speed being awesome? Well, because I'm going to be developing on Linux. So for debugging and everything, you need an actual, like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I could run the, I'm about to set up CI to build for Windows and Linux. Am I in danger? Probably not. You're probably going to be fine. The trouble I had was because I was like deep in the Microsoft ecosystem. I was using MS Build. I was not using CMake. So I had to, well, I mean, I had to. Decker helped me, set up a build using CMake and get all our libraries working, which I think is the source of this, which is why our scripts aren't compiling. But we'll see. We'll see what the error is. Okay, uh-oh. Are we getting a... What's going on here? Do we get a breakpoint? Anyway. I was gonna say, we have soda today. I don't really know what this is. It's from China. It's pineapple flavored. It'll probably work. You'll probably be fine. This is Fanjiakuki. I don't know. Let's taste it. It tastes like pineapple soda. It's fine. It's very pineapple-y, actually. Well, I mean, like, it tastes like fresh pineapple, not like artificial. Interesting. So, anyway, let's go back to here. Okay. Invalid configuration. Verify the registered app. Please correct the... What the hell? So... Invalid configuration. Let's see if any of the other scripts work. So let's pick up this guy. Yeah, sorry, that's running that. And that script isn't working either, so none of the scripts are working. Tutu, hello. Our Angel script isn't working. None of the scripts are compiling for whatever reason that I have no idea. Verify the registered application interface. Please correct errors in the script and try again. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I didn't expect this to be the stream, but we'll be fine. Okay, how do I dock? My docking setup has changed. I want it to have two side by side. Oh, yes. That's how you do it. Okay. It's okay. I mean, it might be your fault, but it's fine. It's probably not your fault. Okay, so let's go into scripting.cpp and see what we're doing here. So, do we actually register anything at all? No, that's not the right button. Still learning how to use CLion, so I'm going to be pressing a lot of wrong buttons for a bit. Okay, so call stack init. Okay, we are registering the engine. Interesting. So, invalid configuration. Verify the registered application interface, and try again. This might be something I have to look at off stream. So, unfortunately, maybe we can't work on Vinny today, but we'll have to do something else. But I think we can figure something else to do. So, let me just take a little bit of a closer look at this. I wouldn't have thunk that the scripts run already since crabs move around. So none of that is powered by scripts. None of the moving of crabs is scripted. Things that are scripted are like Ziz, dialogue. I tried to do as much in C++ as possible. Because, like, anytime you write a script, I kind of assume that it's, like, it's very specific to a very specific type of event because, like, you know, it's lower quality code. It's, like, scripts are always going to be, like, worse than C++. But they're not designed to be good. They're designed to be fast to write. So, yeah. So I use scripts for, like, very specific logic. So, yeah, crab motion is using C++. Well, I mean, there's no, like, function that is, like, crab walk. I'll kind of explain maybe how this works. But basically, the crabs have... so I tried to make this as general as possible. So that, I don't know, when other people are using my engine, eventually, maybe, I don't know. They can... Actually, this is a special crab. This is the tutorial crab. He's the one that attacks you, so let's not look at him, because he's special. He has a script. But that script isn't running. So, let's look at this guy. So, this guy has this enemy AI controller, and he is in the state follow path. And he has been set to follow a path called crab path. So, if we look at crab path, it's this. So, the crabs are going to follow this path that hopefully you guys can see. It's outlined in pink. They're just going to follow along that. And I could create a new path. Actually, these guys, I think these crabs are following a different path. Yeah, crab path 2, which is different. But anyway, yeah, so what is this registered application interface thing? You know what? I'm gonna Google it because maybe somebody else has looked at this. So I'm gonna find my log. Hopefully I wrote that to the log. Yes, okay. Just gonna... Actually, technically, I'm not gonna Google it. I'm going to DuckDuckGo it because, you know, that's what I use. Okay. He just... Oh, maybe there was an error when I was let me try something. I'm actually going to Sorry, there's Sea Lion. Sorry, I was looking for the icon and I'm like, where's Visual Studio? And I'm like, oh shit, it's not there because we're not doing it anymore. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's some more information. Okay. Don't support passing entity type by value. Oh. In native calling convention on this platform. Oh my god, what the frick? Okay, that's interesting. Why can it not pass? Okay, this is gonna be some, like, I have to look at this off stream because I know what that means, but, like, I need to dig into the guts of AngelScript, and I might have been doing something that's not portable somehow to Linux, so it is a Linux thing, because Linux has a different calling convention than Windows, for reasons that are not worth getting into, because they couldn't agree. So we're going to remove that breakpoint. And we're not going to work on scripts today, even though that was my plan. We're going to do something else. Now, what else are we going to do? Is it a breakpoint? Okay, here we go. So maybe... No, we can't do... Like, I don't think we can do the side quest on stream. It's like, it's going to be pretty boring, I think. But yeah, also, like, you know, and I think by side quest you mean, like, fixing AngelScript. So I don't know how we would do that. But basically... Actually, let's see, are there... No, like, I think every script basically uses entity, which is passed by value, which apparently it can't be. Actually, let me do a quick Google, of that. And I keep saying Google, but it's technically not Google. So where's my Sea Lion? Where does my logs? Okay, so, don't support... passing type value. Okay. A note about native... Okay, any type... Otherwise... Okay. To inform... Be passed using the native calling conventions. It is important to... Yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna be able to figure this out. So... What can we do instead is... I don't know, let's just work on some environment stuff, because, you know, that's always something I can always do more of. And, you know, Tutu, I'm sure you'll appreciate this. We're going to add some more trees, probably. Or maybe some other plants of some kind. But, alright, so, where are we going to go? Am I holding anything? No, I'm not holding anything. So, let's go to an area that is rather barren. Probably, yeah, here. There's really nothing here. Oopsies. So let's just kind of see what is the, Okay, so there is actually a little path that goes here. Let's kind of follow it. Let's see what the hell is going on. Let's go back to me. Yeah, we're gonna go up the path here. I think this. I put this in so you could get from one side of the mountains to the other. So. Also, I really should have tested this more before stream to make sure that the scripts were actually working, but you know, you just kind of you play the game and like I don't know. I didn't talk to Vinny, I guess, so I didn't know that that wasn't working. And then, oh, a little bit of Ziz, Terror of the Skies. Yeah, so so this gets us from one side to the other. So let's go back over there and let's start adding in some trees and stuff. Alright, okay, so let's go free cam. So yeah, there just is here. And there's one of our caves. Which was improved since previously. We now have a better cave model we can use. Alright, so let's add a new entity. Add a plant spawner. Give it a transform. Put it here. Yeah, that's kind of good. Let's just see what the... And we're gonna need to paint this in so that trees don't spawn here. But I think it's gonna be a little bit lighter. So, actually, I think maybe we won't do a forest, but we'll just do sort of like shrubbery and stuff. So now, if we move that to the top and then adjust this one down. And space out the guys a little bit further. We can see because the edge there. I do want to adjust the scale of the noise, so we kind of have like that. Probably adjust the threshold again, so we get these clumps like here. Cool. And then let's add some more of our big ferns. Oh, I gave it a very funny name, Bisterra, because I wanted to be precise because I have a bunch of different ferns. But I should have put fern in the name so that I could search for it more easily. But anyway, actually, you know what we could do for that? Put my guy here and fern. Oh, actually, that won't affect the name here. I can do that later. So delete that. Let's go back to this guy. I give it a name. Oh, actually, we probably need some music. I should be in the West Beach. Let's get our player. Because I think transport him there. Okay, now we got some music. Go back to free camera. So I'm going to call this West Beach Trees. Because it's on the West Beach. Oh, one more. Whoopsies, I didn't mean to do that. Just want to check something real quick. Sorry. Okay, cool. So, what was I doing? I was adding the West Beach trees. Let's save the game here. Hopefully that part works. Although it's not really trees, it's West Beach plants. Okay, save. So we have our Nephrophilus bicetera. Let's change the threshold for that one. Probably too many of those. But as you can see, they don't spawn over top of these guys. But let's change the distance. Like there, that's good. Change the threshold in the scale. Just tweaking. And of course we're gonna need to, let's say this, gonna go into terrain, and I'm gonna paint away this road, like paint a mask on the road so that we don't get trees or plants spawning on it. So, we go to vegetation mask, and we increase the strength, increase the size, and just kind of go over top of the road and paint it in so that we don't get, sorry, let's increase the strength, so we don't get trees spawning on top of our road, or plants, sorry. Now, we already don't get grass, and that's because the grass knows about the terrain paint, so the grass only spawns on the grass material, if that makes sense. I need to adjust this shader, because it's kind of hard to see underneath the, which material is underneath the green part. So I think just blending it a little bit with the color that's underneath would help. But, you know. We can kind of tell where it's supposed to go because the path is kind of carved into the terrain. But yeah, I've certainly had an interesting Linux journey so far. It's been okay. I like, this is not my first time using Linux. Like, I've actually been using, like, my first experience with Linux was like, I don't know, it was a really long time ago. It was an official CD, a live CD for Ubuntu in, like, I don't know, like probably like 2005 or something like that. It was a live CD, and I messed around with that, and then I sort of I've always sort of been using it, but it's always been like the secondary OS, and I do kind of hate Linux, and I still kind of do. But, you know, Windows is getting really bad, so what are you gonna do? So yeah, I was forced into becoming a Linux convert, essentially. What distro did you choose? Easy. Okay, so I use Arch, by the way. I use Arch, by the way. And the reason I chose that, well, my original plan was to, like, try a bunch of different ones, and I just kind of got Arch. I was like, I'll start with Arch, because Arch is going to be the hardest one to install, right? And set up. And then I installed it, and I was like, yeah, this actually works pretty well. So I didn't try out the other ones. I had used Manjaro before. I had also used Debian. I'm off Debian now because, I don't know, it's... the one thing I hate about those, you can say that you were I was also baited a little bit into Arch, by my community. But that's, you know, that's the way it goes. One of us. Arch. Oh, are you also on Arch, Kaio? Yeah. But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's fine. Like, the thing I like about Arch, and I mean, like, it's not the only distro that does this, is that, it has the latest packages. You use, Windows, Mac, Arch, Ubuntu daily, yeah. Yeah, like, Ubuntu, like, has a bunch of really old packages, doesn't it? Like, and I think that's important for Linux, because on Windows, I'm used to just, like, you know, downloading whatever the latest version of whatever is, and I can get it right from the manufacturer, or the developer of the software, right? But on Linux, like, because, like, binary releases are, like, basically impossible, they have, like, a package manager and a repo, and you have, like, you know, maintainers that you have to trust are maintaining the package. But if you're doing all that, you really need to make sure you have the latest packages. Otherwise, one package can hold you back from, like, all this shit because everything relies on each other, right? So, like, that's why I think Arch is good. Yeah. And yeah, I still have issues with Linux. I still think the, I mean, I just explained one of the issues I have with Linux about package managers and such. I actually would just prefer to download software from the developer, but, you know, you can't do binary fucking releases on Linux unless you use Steam, which I'm gonna use, because Steam solved this problem by making their own runtime that you target the Steam runtime instead of targeting whatever distro, and they just kind of make sure that all those things are there for you. So that's what I will be doing. I don't have that set up yet, though. But in order to actually ship a Linux build on Steam, I'm gonna need to target the Steam runtime, which is something I will learn about when it happens. On Windows, you don't need a Windows Steam runtime because Windows is Windows and it's always the same. Or it should be. It probably isn't because Microsoft's probably, like, breaking it slowly, as they have been lately with everything. Anyway, so... let's get back to, working on this, but, yeah. No, Windows is getting really bad, and Microsoft doesn't seem to care about it, because all they care about is AI bullshit, and, yeah. Oh, really? I'm gonna need to learn about the Steam runtime, too, it seems. Fun, yeah. Yeah, okay, there's also the Steam API. The Steam API you don't technically need to use, but if you're launching a game on Steam and you want achievements and everything, you should use the Steam API to get those. And right now I'm building without the Steam API, so I have a bunch of stuff turned off right now, so, like, the achievements don't work on Linux yet. But I need to get the Steam API working. And that shouldn't be too hard, but one of the problems is that all my dependencies so far on using the CMake thing, I'm all building them myself, but the Steam stuff, Steam API I can't do that for because I don't have the source code, because it's proprietary. Technically it's not even public, like, you technically aren't supposed to be able to download the API without, signing an NDA, but for some reason, like, it says that right in the notes, but for some reason there's all these GitHub mirrors of the Steam API, even by people who I know for a fact work for Valve, like, just publicly put a bunch of Steam API stuff on GitHub, and I'm like, you guys really don't seem to care about your own NDA, I guess. So I'm confused about that, but, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's a binary only, Steam API, so, I need to figure out how to set that up in CMake, because I'm also new to CMake, so I've been learning a lot of shit over the last, little while. Sorry, I'm gonna get the tree spawner. It was, West Beach? West Beach plants. Okay. So Nephropolis. Should we get some? Let's get some other ferns in there. And let's put both the large fern and the small fern on the same layer. But yeah, some of these guys, like the big fern, I think I do want to make another variation because you probably need like 3 or 4 different ones to stop it from looking repeated. Even because right now we just have one variation on the one we made on stream. But actually we could do that later. But for now, we have the large fern and the small fern. Let's adjust the threshold on these guys. So they're gonna kind of spawn in down here. Yeah. Let's adjust the noise scale. Let's do 5? No? 5? You want it? Oh, numlock. Yeah, okay, cool. Can you invert some across an axis? You can, but right now we're just doing rotations. You can get into issues if you start inverting stuff with normals and everything, so it's like it can be done, but I prefer not to deal with that. Yeah, so actually we're gonna, a little bit later in the stream, I'm gonna make a duplicate of that, where I'm just gonna resize a bunch of the leaves so it looks different. But it'll be alright for now. So, that's good. Okay, so now we have this issue where all these plants are cutting off really abruptly at the edge of this box. So, I added a little fix for that, where you can adjust, sorry, I guess we gotta do it per plant. The fall off rate, and it kind of feathers it in, if that makes sense. And now I can do that for the other layers. It sort of fades out, if that makes sense. Wait, where is this one? Oh, maybe am I too far away? There we go. Yeah, they're being lotted out. That probably works. Alright, so let's save that. Let's look at here. Alright, so got all these. Cool. Now, let's quit the game. We crash on exit again because SDL something, I don't know. We'll figure it out later. We are going to go into here. We're going to go into source models. Is our Nephropolis Bicetera here? Oh, it's not. Did I not save it? Is it still in the Windows thing? I'm going to see if I can get to the Windows disk from here, but give me one moment. Okay. That's... Okay. Do we have... Sorry, I'm just looking at my Windows partition. Users... because I guess I forgot to commit it to Git. The source model, but we can just copy it from the source repos. Steel game. And then source models. Nephropolis Bicetera. You have to go. Thanks for having... yeah, all right. Thanks for tuning into the stream, Grubby. It's great to have you here. Hope to see you again soon. So I copy that guy, and then I can go back into my source models, put Nephropolis Bicetera in here, and then we can go in here and we can open up the blend file. Cool. And we're going to make a... All right. Yeah. Sure. Okay. It's probably going to take a minute to get the textures in here, but we'll see. So, this will also kind of show off a little bit how my mesh system works in... Sorry, let me just get some more music while we're doing this. I'll get the stream music. Can we hear this? Can we hear this? Okay, we have audio. Okay, cool. So, I'm going to create a... I'm going to add a MC. And plain X is going to call this instance group. So that basically this tells the engine... Oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Because my head is like... Anyway, instance group. This is going to tell the engine that it's going to handle the children of this as separate meshes. So I take this guy, do Shift-D. I'm just going to move him over a bit. But basically it's going to like... It's going to zero their transforms so that they're... so that when... Okay, so we need to parent these guys. So we click all these things and go Control-P, Object. Okay, cool. So now we got this guy. He's moved over a bit just so we can mess with it. And then we'll go into edit mode. And actually, let me set my 3D cursor here if I can remember how to do that. Cursor to selected. There we go. And now I set my scale mode to 3D cursor. And that's going to make it so that every time I scale one of these, it scales around the middle, and I need to set that off. So scale that down a bit, rotate it, and I'm just messing with these leaves so that they look different. They look different than this one, right? We can barely hear you. Okay, I can fix that. Was the music too loud? Is that better? Can you hear me now better? So, what I was doing, if you can hear me, maybe a bit louder, okay. Is that better? Is my audio better? I can, how's that? Is that better? I think I might be clipping, just a little bit down. Okay, cool. So, what was I doing? So I'm just gonna mess this guy up a bit so that he looks different. So that these look like... So this is a very recognizable feature, so we need to adjust this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to point this down all the way to the ground. Kind of make it smaller. And... sorry, let me just move this a little bit. Cool, yeah. Hi, Rosie Graphics Dev. Is this Bjorn by any chance? We're talking to, Rosie? Oh yeah, we need to reset our, yes, this is Bjorn. How did I know? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. We're on Linux now. As I've said so many times today, I'm just adjusting this fern so that it's, so that it has some more variation. Okay, so set the pivot there, and we can keep adjusting these guys. Like, when we go over here, I want these to look like two different plants. Okay. And we can also sort of move things around a bit. Thank you. It's we made this on stream like last week, I think. And it's just we took a photograph of a fern. It was actually an old pressed thing from the Smithsonian. They have actually a great collection of preserved plants in the exact perspective that you need to turn into 3D game models. So is this your own engine? Which engine do you use? This is my own engine. This is the Odyssey engine, as I call it, for a short Odyssey. Although this we're looking at, this is Blender. This is Blender, but in the game it's a custom engine, yeah. But we're just using Blender to model, and I think so I think move this guy down a little bit. Yeah, so this guy can be more like flattened out, I guess. Now I'm just going to adjust this one as well to sort of maybe move that guy up. And then squish that guy in. Pull that one down. Why are you using custom engine? How you solve if you have error or something? Don't you need community support? Well, I fixed the problems. Because you don't need community support if you're making your own engine, because you know all of the things inside the engine, right? It's like there's no part of it you don't know about, so there can't be a problem that you can't fix, right? If you wrote it yourself, you have all the knowledge you need. You don't need a community. But obviously, like, you do need, like, you're still dealing with, like, APIs and stuff like that, like graphics APIs, and there are communities that will help you with those. So basically, I would say I would recommend joining a Discord server or something for graphics programming, and yeah, and then find other people who make engines and talk to them if you need help doing that. So cool. Okay, so we got this guy. I think he looks different enough. Yeah, using a custom engine is really fun. It is. Actually, I'm gonna take this guy, and I'm gonna, so, I was gonna say, Grubby mentioned inverting, and now, so I'm not gonna invert the actual geometry, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna invert the UVs. So now, if we look, let me just adjust these so it's not clipping these anymore. So now we can see that this leaf is reversed. Until you come back to a part of the code 6 months later and forget everything. It is, yeah. You do forget things, but it's fine, you know, you deal with it. So let's export this as a GLTF. Hopefully all my settings are saved for this. Yeah. Okay, although I do need to find, because now we're on Linux, so everything's in a different place. Release, resources, meshes. Is this part of my main job? Are you a game developer? No, so in my day job, I'm a programmer on a graphics application. And this is my hobby, but I'm on holiday right now, so we're working on this. And the game's gonna come out on Steam, actually. Below this video, you can wishlist the game on Steam, if you're interested in that. But sorry, I was looking for Nephropolis by Cetera. Save the GLTF there. Cool. Oh, it's Cyber Reality. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Yeah, Rosie, Kade is, oh, 1 second. Kade is Kaio. Yeah, on GP. But yeah, nice to see Cyber Reality here. Are we crashing? We're crashing reading PNG? Uh-oh. Oh. This is interesting. I can deal with this, but it's gonna be, I know exactly which path? Which path? So, to quickly deal with this, I'm going to... I'm going to go into meshes, and, meshes, Nephropolis, and I'm going to rename this for a second. Dot. We're just going to rename all the textures so that we don't have to import them again, because right now... Cool. Let's try that again. Sorry, where's C-line? Here it is. No, that's not C-line, that's... Sorry. So are you developing alone, or do you have a team for that? It's 99.99% me. I recently had some help from a fantastic member of our community, Decker, moving everything to CMake. And it's still crashing here. Why is it crashing? Why is it crashing? Path? Which path? Height. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Oh, okay, I see. Did we crash writing that out? Okay, we can quickly go into Git, and I'm gonna height.png, just roll that back. Yeah, some of the editor tools might be having issues on Linux still, but okay, so... Okay, why is this crashing? Oh, shit. Set does not get... Oh, shit, did we break everything? Alright, things are... Let's look at this. How do we format in C-line? Okay, it looks like it's doing something. Cool. What did we change? I suspect something is busted with the JSON file. I gotta join these streams every week. It's pretty chill. Yeah. No, Blender didn't crash. My engine crashed. Because we broke something while we were editing somehow. I think the JSON file... Yeah, okay. What's wrong here? Expected that. Got... We missing... Somehow we're... Okay. I think we have an extra comma in the JSON file. So, if we... Somehow we're... Are you going to use realistics for your game and what? Not really realistic, sort of, Okay, something is busted. Something is writing out extra commas. And that is why the game is crashing. That's interesting. Like, sorry, I'm just gonna copy this. We're having issues, but I'm gonna get the game running in just one moment, but, back up. Through the magic of Git, we're gonna make everything back. We're gonna get everything back, so, yeah, I wonder why this is different on Linux, but anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Sorry, I need to look at OBS again. So, let's go to our commits. Let's undo changes to this file here. Now let's run. There we go, we're back in the game. We're back in the game, everything's fine. But if you now, okay, we're getting two musics going at the same time, so I need to end this. Wait, nope. Ah, God, what's going on? Where's this music coming from? Oh, I have another window. That's the problem. Okay, cool. Cool. So, as you can see, they are not realistic graphics. They are sort of, I don't know how to describe it. It's my unique, idiosyncratic art style, and, you know, I think the best art style to use is the art style that you can make. So, that's why I chose my art style, because it kind of just comes naturally to me. This is what I think it should look like, and it's the style in my head. And also, like, there's pros and cons to realistic graphics. That actually, realistic graphics can actually save you time, because it's easy to get, like, off-the-shelf, assets that are realistic looking. It's not easy to do that with the stylized look. However, it is faster to make stylized assets, right? So basically, like, you can't really use prefab, like, you can't really use like off-the-shelf assets if you have a stylized art style, unless you use like a really common art style, which I think looks like shit. And if you're gonna do stylized graphics, you should come up with your own style, because, like, why the fuck are you doing it if you're not gonna be unique with it, right? So yeah, so if you're doing realistic, you can use like a lot of trees and stuff like that, or like models and stuff that you can get online. Which I almost never do, because I mean, I do use some, like this palm tree here. This has been tweaked by me, but it was an asset that I found. But a lot of the stuff I've done is I've had to make myself because of the art style. You want grass in your game? Grass is fun. It did tank my frame rate slightly. I mean, tank my frame rate. I'm still at hundreds of FPS. But you know, it was a significant thing. So what was I doing? I wanted to take a look at the prefab for the fern. So, this guy here. So let's go to Nephropolis and LOD group. Is this? Yeah. So we got two meshes here. This is not okay. I'm actually gonna create a new one. So, Nephropolis by Cetera. Create one here. Okay, so you see, we've got two of these. They're doubled up. So let's disable one. And I'm going to save this as Nephropolis by Cetera A. Save prefab. Wait. Failed to load. Shit's not working. I need to do a little bit of stuff. But anyway, so we got another crash. Linux is great. It's okay. We'll be fine. Things crash a lot, apparently. You know what I'm gonna do, actually? Wait, why are we in debug mode? Why is it so slow? Somehow I guess we switched to debug mode. Or something, I don't know. It's not Linux skill issue. Yeah, I mean, it's a skill issue, but it's like it's obviously a skill issue, but it's also Linux. It's like the reason I'm having the issue is because I switched to Linux. Wait, why is that? Is it still running? I don't know what's going on. Oh, it was starting again. Okay. And I don't want to do that. Okay, cool. So, what is that? Why is it still? I don't know what's going on. Hopefully next stream will be like a little bit more together. I'll be more used to what the hell is going on. But what was I doing? I was going into resources. So I'm gonna manually create the prefab because apparently our editor tools are not working. Because a lot of things changed, and so we're gonna go Nephropolis by Cetera. We're gonna copy this one. Call this Nephropolis by Cetera B. And then I'm gonna edit, and then I'm going to. Okay, no, I'm gonna open this with CLine. Are you opening? Where's CLine? Okay. Format that. Okay, so meshes index 0. And sorry, let me just look at the Fern one to get an example. Large Fern? Yeah, okay, so you see there's this submeshes thing here. We're going to copy this. I'm going to add that to our meshes. And submeshes, we're going to do submesh 0. Actually, it's going to be submesh 1. And we're going to go to the other Nephropolis by Cetera. And we're going to format that. We're gonna name that. We're gonna add that, and we're gonna do submesh 0. So by Cetera A is gonna use the submesh 1, and by Cetera B is gonna use submesh 0. Okay. Come on, get on my other monitor. So, wait, why are you not? Can I center you? There you go. So now we can Nephropolis by Cetera and Nephropolis by Cetera B. And now we have two different variations upon the Fern. So hopefully that's good. So now let's see what the hell is going on with my why things are being formatted weirdly. So if I try to save this prefab, we're getting an error. Why are we getting an error? So get file for writing. Okay. Exception. We have a path. Ooh. It's okay. This is garbage. Why is this path? Where did this path come from? It comes from here, p.getPath. This returns a... Oh, it was, what is it? It's, what was the path? It's the path to the prefab, but it's all messed up, right? It's all corrupted, if you can read. Maybe I need to make my editor bigger? I don't know. There we go. Maybe that helps. Okay, so here I believe what's happening is, so P is a reference to this guy, and then somehow in here it gets messed with. So I'm gonna try adjusting this. Let's, just so that we can more accurately see what the hell is going on. We're gonna go auto path. Oh, that's supposed to be one of these equals p.getPath, just so we can see what's going on there. Let's put a breakpoint there, and then let's run the game. Do you have a wide string? Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. We're finding out. It's gonna take several weeks to get all of the little annoyances ironed out. But like, you know, it's a process. It's a process. You iterate. But yeah, it is on Windows. It is a wide string for paths. Compiling. It's taking its time. And I'm also still messing with the CMake config. It's not final. Obviously, there's still tweaks that we could do. All right, rolling. So now, okay, let's try. Let's get our Nephropolis. Well, no, here. Nephropolis by Cetera, and try to save prefab. Okay, so now, path, resources prefabs, Nephropolis by Cetera. Cool. That looks normal. So now let's jump into here. Okay. I'm wondering. Yeah. Sorry. We sort these guys. I'm wondering if basically, because this is a reference to something, maybe during the process of this, the guy that we are referencing becomes invalid. So it might be like a. Okay, so this. What do we do with this guy? We do get a reference to him. Okay, so let's go here. So we can look at this output, this path here, and see, is it still valid? Oh, you can't see it because I'm in. Wonder if SDL has a portable. No, this is supposed to be portable. This is std file system path. It's supposed to be portable. That's the whole point. Okay, so we still have this might not even be like this bug could have been here the entire time, and that we're just seeing it now that we're using different operators and different compilers, right? I could be invoking undefined behavior, but it just might have worked until now. So our guy is still about. So okay, actually, let's see. Can I in C line? Can I pin this? Can I pin the watch? Add to watches. Yes. Okay. Here we go. So this, you see here, Nephropolis by Cetera, that path is still valid. At some point, it appears it becomes invalid. So go to here. Oh no, that didn't crash. Okay, maybe it was the by Cetera B that was the issue. So let's save that one. Okay. Because you have to deal with W chars and using C. I created a way to get around that, which I can explain in a moment. No. Okay. Okay, that didn't crash. Why didn't that crash? Why is this? Okay, let's try saving this guy. Okay, it failed to load. Why is it failing to load and not... Okay. Is this guy? Can I save this guy? I can save this guy. But I can't save the barrel. Okay, okay. Ooh, okay. So here we go. This is interesting. Huh. Okay, that's gone corrupted as well. Interesting. Interesting. You fixed it, nice. Yeah, so the way that I get around that is, let me show you. I have, I mean, it's nasty, but it's, how do I, okay, co-util. Where did I put that? .h? Oh, maybe it's co.h. Yeah. Okay, so I have this where's the UTF-8 string from path. Basically, you get the generic U8 string that returns a U8 string, and then you reinterpret cast it, which is the sketchy part, to a const char star, and return that. And you copy it in the process. What was I going to say? And there's a way to do it without copying, which is... Actually, no, you can't. Not from a file path. But anyway, these functions I use to basically unpack and pack things when they need to be UTF-8, right? When I need to send them to something that wants UTF-8. But anyway, what was I doing? I was dealing with this crash. Save prefab. Output. Parameter better. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to fix a lot of bugs off stream today, but you know, it's the way it is. It's the way she goes. This guy is save prefab. Okay. You know what? Let's not deal with this right now. I'm gonna have to deal with a lot off stream. So, what can we do that is not gonna be not resulting from all these weird crashes that we're only seeing now? We have a half hour in stream left, roughly. Let's see if all the enemies still work properly. Let's get our sword first. So yeah, editor tools are messed up right now. So we can't do much editing. AngelScript is messed up right now. So we can't write scripts. And other than that, the game works. So it's interesting. We can't talk to Vinny. See? Doesn't work because the scripts don't work. We can still fight because combat is all. Well, hopefully, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's okay. I will solve it, Bjorn. It's gonna be okay. These issues that are all involving file IO. Well, they're all involving JSON. I mean, also file IO, I guess. But like, it's probably just something dumb that I did that we need to figure out, and that, you know, probably didn't account for something. But you are right that it is different, that it's UTF-8 now. Oh, the cannon is busted. But I actually think I know why that is. That's not a Linux issue. That's a skill issue. That's me forgetting to commit the, oh! Some script was going to run, apparently. Is this your own engine? Yes, it is. And I absolutely love your username, Overture2112. You know, Rush is fucking fantastic, so, great username. But yes, this is a custom engine. We're gonna just kill these guys. It's a custom engine that's having a lot of issues right now because we ported it to Linux, and there is Linux apparently is different in ways that make the engine busted. So a lot of the editor tools aren't working properly, but the combat is still working, so that's good. So we're gonna get this guy almost done. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, we got our. All right. Cool. So, and actually, we can go over to that area that we were messing with before, and we can see that none of our stuff was saved because our file IO code is messed up because of I don't know why, and we'll figure it out. Yeah. But we can fight, and we can explore. And like at least physics and everything seem to work fine. Like even though there was maybe an issue where I might have done something illegal with floating point when I set the Clang compiler flags, because I think I set it to fast math, but on Windows fast math means something different than it does on in Visual like in MSVC. Fast math means something different than it does in Clang. So I don't know. There's some weirdness. It seems that Clang's fast math is way more. It does a lot more optimizations, and those optimizations are not all safe. I mean, the MSVC ones aren't either, but like, you just need to write code that works with it. Yeah. Okay, let's come up against the terror of the skies. Clang fast math I had problems with, yeah. So I think what I should have enabled was unsafe math optimizations, fun safe, which are fun and safe. I should have enabled unsafe math optimizations as opposed to just fast math, because I believe fast math includes a lot of other things that are actually less safe than the one that's labeled unsafe, which is funny. Can we see your shark, please? Yeah, we can see the shark. Let's go over here. Assuming the shark works. Actually, why don't we spawn in some sharks? Shark. Okay. Oh, he's stuck because he's in the shallow water. But he is coming for us. Is he? Yeah. He's having issues. So you need to move him into the deep water where he can navigate. Is that deep enough? Is he going backwards? That's odd. Why is he swimming backwards? Oopsies. Didn't mean to enable that. Oh, let's go see the shark. Yeah, we're kind of discombobulated right now. Nothing is working, ever. Are we ever going to catch up with him because he swims faster than us? We'll see. Oh, is he coming towards us now? I can't tell. How much time did you spend writing the 3D rendering part of your engine? Well, I mean, that's kind of a tough question to answer because, like, I'm still writing it. Like, I mean, I haven't done that much work on it in a while, but, like, to just get, like, stuff on the screen with OpenGL, it doesn't take that long. Like, you know, it depends on how intense you want to get with it. Like, you can, if you just want simple stuff, like, there's a lot of fancy shit that I added that you really don't need, like the volumetric lighting that you can see on the moon. That's like some extra stuff, but it's just fancy stuff. Like, you don't need all that. All right, let's get the shark over here. Why is he going backwards? Okay, so his orientation is actually correct. I don't know why. Maybe if we aggro him. Okay, so now he's going forward because he's aggroed. And the shark's gonna kill us, yeah. Yeah. No biting animation yet. We need to, yeah. But yeah, like, the sky's the limit when it comes to rendering stuff. So, like all these reflections and stuff, like, it depends on what kind of game you want to make. Like, so I did spend, like, I have spent a lot of time, but I've actually spent more time doing the rest of the engine. Like, the 3D rendering part is, like, you know, it's not that bad. I mean, I don't know, Bjorn, you might not agree with that, but I don't know. Yeah, so, like, I would recommend if you want to make a custom engine, and you've never done graphic stuff before, use either something like Raylib or OpenGL if you want to. I mean, OpenGL is kind of a crusty old API. It's what I use, but, like, it does the business, you know, and it does work. We're not gonna be able to outrun him. Can we get to the shore before he kills us? Yeah. I've dabbled a bit with really simple graphic stuff, OpenGL, Raylib, SDL, and I love having a custom engine for everything else, netcode, serialization, etc. Yeah. No idea where to go from the trivial Raylib examples to real modern-looking graphics. Okay, so Overture2112, are you on the GP Discord? That's graphics programming. I would join that. I think that it's a great resource. I've learned a lot from them. I already knew a lot about graphics programming before that, but so basically, to go from the trivial Raylib examples, so wait, do you want to use Raylib or do you want to use OpenGL? So, like, if you want to use OpenGL, the one resources I always recommend is learnopengl.com. It's actually the best. It literally covers so much stuff. Like, you know, like different effects, like, you know, it covers the entire API. It's great, and it's written in a really simple way that, like, I think is really easy to understand. So if you want to learn how to do graphics and you want to use OpenGL, I would say learnopengl.com. It's fantastic. And I would also recommend not using, I'm not particularly attached to either. I've just done simple games in both over the years. Yeah, so I would avoid using something like DirectX 12 or Vulkan, because, yeah, if you just want to get graphics on the screen, like, and you don't really care too much, like, don't bother with those. You know, they're not bad APIs, but they're just quite involved. Yeah. But yeah, it's a journey. It's a journey. You will learn a lot if you just stay on one project and keep working on it. Like, I would say that that's the best way to learn, because you can start, like, you can build upon what you've done before as opposed to just restarting all the time. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, what are we gonna do here? I'm wandering through the woods, kind of directionless. Yeah, it's a dozen lines of code to create a window and draw some models in Raylib, hundreds for Vulkan from what I've seen. Yeah, Vulkan is a bit of a beast. um, yeah, yeah. Um, I am probably at some point gonna port this engine to Vulkan, but we need to finish the game first, so I'm gonna do that. All right, let's eat some. Let's heal back some of this health, and let's go cook this ham. So we're gonna go visit Yusuf on the other side of this island. Yeah, like you just like I probably eventually will want to move away from OpenGL just because it's it's pretty old. It's losing support. But it does work for now. But yeah, eventually I will probably do Vulkan. But if you're just starting out, don't bother with it. But yeah, I would say if you want to do something a little bit more involved, if you have models loading already, try to work on animation, like because it's you learn a lot about how the process works, like and yeah, I would say animation is something a little bit more involved. Like you see how he's got his roll animation, he's got his attack and stuff like that. I don't know if Raylib has anything that helps with that, but basically just loading models and handling interpolation and everything like that. It's quite an interesting thing, and it really you can start doing a lot of like gameplay stuff with just animations and models, right? You don't need all this fancy lighting. I mean, like get yourself some like basic like materials, like some GGX lighting or something like that, and then like that's a good start. Okay, we crawled up here. We're going to see Yusuf, the wild wizard. Oh no, he's not a wizard. He's just a pirate. All right. Where's the moon here? Oh, there we are. It's not get turned around. Oh, what do we see? Do we see a fire? We got some pigs around. Oh, they're over there. Almost there. Nope. Log. A little bit of an abrupt audio transition. I need to work on that. All right. Yusuf's script is not going to work, I don't think. And as I was correct, it does not work because scripts are broken. But let's see if cooking still works. So we'll steal some of that stuff. Okay, here we go. We got our skillet. Let's put our goal egg in. Reset. Put the ham in there. Put 2 hams and cook them. And now we can heal a bunch of health with that. We probably don't need that yet, but like. Oh, you guys can't see because my face is in the way, can you? Let me move me here, I guess, for now. Maybe here? Yes. That'll do for now. So if I cook, let's go back to cooking. And let's minimize this guy. Okay, cook. Do the egg and cook it. Oh, we can't cook just 1 egg. We need more eggs. So let's get Let's get these eggs here. All right. So I think we need 2 eggs to make an omelet. And we cook. And there we go. We got an omelet with the texture not popped in. That's interesting. We can eat the omelet. I like the sparkling. Which, here on these guys, yeah. Yeah, that was recently broken on the Steam build, actually. So, it should be... Oh, I didn't mean to click that. It should be broken on the Steam build right now, but the next build will fix it. We'll fix the sparkles. And I actually found that it's basically impossible to find shit in tall grass with sparkles. It's kind of annoying. But anyway. He's loaded in, but unfortunately none of his things... Actually, because his script doesn't work, it doesn't trigger his attack. So we can just beat him to death. That's interesting. Didn't mean to allow that, but yeah. Yeah, so definitely I'm going to have to get the scripts working. That's definitely something I need to take care of, and then I have to deal with my editor shit. I should probably deal with the editor problems first, because, like, they're probably easier to deal with. I don't have to get into AngelScript, into the library. Oh no, the poor guy, yeah. Yeah, he's defenseless without his AngelScript. Yeah, he has no logic. Alright. Where are we going? We're going to that tree over there. We're going to go see Luca, who also won't have a script that works. Also, we're having some reflection popping. That's a known bug that is not new. So I can't blame Linux for that one. Yeah, the reflection popping is a culling bug. I know exactly why it's happening. I just can't. I need to do some math to figure out a solution to it. Alright. Just a big stone wall here. Nicely taken from polyhaven.com. I did a little bit of work to make it look a little bit different, a little bit more stylized, but it is an asset from Polyhaven. Yeah. Yeah, if you take assets from online, you basically can't use them verbatim, especially from Polyhaven, because all their stuff is super high poly, which is fantastic if you just want detail, but, like, there's no need to have that level of detail in this kind of game. So yeah, like, I did a little bit of work in Blender to make it fit the style of the game a little bit more, and also use less polygons. But I think it looks good. Anyway. Here we have the old grass. The triangle grass. Law determination while considering reflections is pretty complex. Yeah, it's actually not the LODs that are the issue with that. It's the terrain culling. Basically the way it works is I have a separate camera, and I use the distance from the other camera to determine the LOD, right? Yeah. So there's a reflection camera. Basically. All these barrels are falling over. Oh no. And I can't talk with him because we got the cat, which is meowing. Oh shit. I gotta fix that. Everybody always knocks over the cat. Yeah, visibility is tough. It is actually like a fairly... The culling system is a fairly complicated part of my engine. And it doesn't... Like, I could have used a different... So my engine uses something called horizon occlusion culling, which is a very fast algorithm for culling things. And Is he new? He's been in there for a little bit, but yeah, I don't think you've played with him. Uh, what this guy, the skeleton dude? He has a whole backstory, which I'd be able to show you if the scripts were working, but they're not, and I have to fix those. But what was I gonna say? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the culling system. Basically, I use horizon occlusion culling, which is very fast, and it only works in a very specific way, but and is kind of complicated to implement. But you can use like a hierarchical Z culling as well, which is a lot simpler and is more applicable. So you really don't have to use the complicated system that I did. Yeah, I still got my frying pan. One moment, I want to check something. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's go up the hill. Yeah, this would have been a totally different stream if everything was working, and nothing ever works. That's the lesson you should take away from watching any of my streams: is that nothing ever works, and most of the time you don't see it. Like this is software development. This everything is always broken behind the scenes, and sometimes they ship that to users, and it's a big it's annoying because you have to deal with bugs, but I assure you behind the scenes there are many more bugs that developers see that you never do. But yeah, that's what you should take away. Development is hard and everything is always broken. But we roll with the punches. We switch operating systems to Linux and deal with the fallout of that. But it's the you just roll with it. That's how we live. All right, let's go straight to the game development is hard but fun. Well said. All right, we're going to take these guys out with a frying pan. All right, these guys are here. They all seem to be working. Oh, yeah, get him. Nope, okay. How many can I take on? Oh, got him to hit his friend. Oh, shit. Oh, God, the parry timing on the... Oh, because I'm not targeting this guy. That's why. Okay. I was going to say, the parry timing on this thing is a little bit... Yeah, we got the little sparks. The frying pan, unfortunately, is not doing as much damage to his, Let's switch weapons. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, we got halberd. Halberd will do fine. Oh, God. Oh, shit, I died. Yeah. Okay, where's our autosave? Is autosaving broken as well? Shit. Well, that's busted. Something is really messed up with the JSON thing here. I wonder if this is messed up on Windows as well. I'll have to double check that. Huh. Also, I should be doing this in debug mode because we're not getting any asserts here. But what are we at? Let's restart this. I hope you guys. I hope this has been an interesting stream. I've been struggling. I expect you to struggle. Because this is once again so many unplanned changes here that we've done. So many weird things that have been revealed. Yeah. Linux is interesting. And developing software for it is interesting. But it's supposed to work, I hear. Alright, let's get up here. Can't talk to Vinny because the scripts are broken. Alright. What can we do? What can we do? We can eat from this barrel. Great. Let's go to the other side of the island. What is there over here? The issues maybe just all in one place, like maybe the UTF-8 pat code or something similar. Yeah, I think there's probably like 3 or 4 big issues. Like, I know AngelScript, the AngelScript issue is unrelated to that, but like, there probably is some, there's probably some weirdness going on in, I think it's actually SIMD JSON that the issue would be related to. Because it's not just file IO, it's specifically reading JSON files, yeah. But it could also be that, because clearly it loaded all the assets fine, because these are all files and the file names. In fact, Luigi here, if we go to his mesh, you can see, I mean, you can't read that here because it's too small, but he has a little accent in his name. So it includes a UTF-8 character. So, so that part must be working. But yeah, something weird with JSON, I think. Because the other thing is the file paths are being read from JSON. So yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, I suspect the issue is inside JSON, but I won't know until I really dig deep on it. Which is gonna be hard to do. Also, I need to test this in debug mode. Because right now I'm using release mode, or release with debug info, which is problematic, but everything I do read in binary is because of new lines. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe that might be the case, but I am reading it. Actually, I am reading in binary. The way that it works is I basically I load up all of the files in like a big lump, and then I use SIMD JSON to just look at the buffer. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But there's bugs. There's bugs everywhere. Okay. You know, it's kind of not using binary mode and removing binary mode stops that, but I am using binary mode is the thing. So I don't know. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to dig into it. So let's go. Yeah, it could. The new lines could be messing with JSON though. So I don't know. But there was also the weird thing where it's inserting a comma. And I'm wondering if it's because it's failing to write some other thing and they're just leaving the comma behind, but the actual thing didn't get written. So I'm not sure. Yeah. It's a mixed bag. But I think we're getting we're getting towards the end of stream, so I think I'm gonna start my rant that I do every stream about the fact that you should go down below this video and find all the links there. That you can join the Discord server where you can discuss the game, talk with me. You can suggest new topics for streams. You can potentially play the game if you ask nicely. And also below the video, like and subscribe. Don't forget to do that. That helps me on YouTube so that more people can watch the stream. So it lets YouTube know that you guys like the stream. And if you subscribe, I guess something happens. I don't know what YouTube subscriptions do nowadays. They pretty much they don't seem to tell you when the video comes live, but you know, it puts an extra number next to a stat that I have, which I like, and that would help. So yeah, please like and subscribe. And then the most important thing, the reason why we're all here is because of Steam. Steam is the platform in which I will be selling this game. And you can go below this video and wishlist the game on Steam. That lets you know when the game comes out, and it lets Steam know that people want to buy my game. And that helps me. And that helps you because you want to play the game, I hope. Anyway, I'm being a little bit confused. I'm still, you know, for the 50th time, Linux is weird. And we are learning it. And that's life. And I have a lot of bugs to fix now. So thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'm going to go fix some bugs. So goodbye. All right, it's 4 o'clock.